Greetings. Hello, Herbert Comrade Glue Erpaderp. That is my name in Soviet Russia. That's what they called me back then. This box is too big to fit in the frame. It's a T-34 85 W/D5T. Defuved, quite obviously from Plant 112 in spring 1944. Whoa, you'd be an idiot if you didn't know that. Herbert is a man who is fun. 1 in a million under the sun. He builds tanks while wearing Spanx. He also enjoys a good pun. It's true. Everything except the sun. I don't like the sun. I am inadequately prepared because I had technical issues, which is why I'm starting an hour later than I wanted to. And that's not fun, but I'm here now. And I will bring the box up, because this has a lot of chunks of plastic in it. The photo etch is deceptively in a nice little envelope too. They try to ease the blow of there being photo etch, but they don't. Hey, Steven Tyler, how you doing? I'm going to assume I've already got the instructions out, and now I'm knocking everything over by having the audacity to move anything on my desk. Oh. You silly, silly goober. Herbert? The first step is probably hull related. Yes. Look at that. Very hull. Maybe we don't need the Burger Panther instructions there. And as usual, the parts I need are probably in the bottom of the box. If I remember correctly, DW5T is the gun. I will have to take your word for it. That sounds like it's something that'd be true. Oh no. I'm knocking things over that I can't even see. I keep my fingers crossed that Herbert mixes parts up between the T-35 and Burger Panther. That would not be funny. That would be unlikely though, because I put the parts back in the box for the Burger Panther kit when I'm done with it. Yeah, we've got this sprue. We need this one. The first step, we also need NF and CA. I've got the CA one. That's got bits I need. Probably don't need the clear one today. I believe in you. You can do it. What, mixed up parts? I mean, if you really want me to, you're gonna be disappointed, unfortunately. Blessed be the Lord of the Sprue, and all praise to the glue gods. Praise them. That one. That one. None of those are what I want. If I look at the picture, the sprue guide, NF, NF is what I want. Now I've got a vague idea of what it looks like. Got two NFs. Motherfuckers. That's probably all we'll need for a little while. Looks at instructions to determine how incorrect that is. A little bit incorrect. Actually, quite incorrect, I think. We need a BA sprue and MA4 sprue. Very organized. MA has springs for the suspension. Don't need that quite yet. BA I cannot find. BA Baracus? Ah, pretty the fool. Am I doing it wrong? Yep, I'm doing it wrong. BA has the whole top. There's a big one over the other side. We'll get there. We'll get there. Trouble is, all the big ones are underneath a bunch of small, relatively neatly arranged small sprues. And now it's a big mess. Time to put my feet up. Okay. Pile of sprues. Pile of sprues. Let's rest those on my keyboard. Nothing could possibly go wrong with that. Nothing. And now, 8 hours in, I'm clipping out the first part. The one part we need from that sprue right now. That's not gonna fall down. Don't think I can get my clipper in to go all the way through those bits from either side. That's a bit obnoxious. We also need... you'll find it eventually. you looking at the wrong sprue? Probably looking at the wrong sprue. No, I'm not. Or am I? I am looking at... I'm just confused because they've got a special cutout part of this forward part of the part, but it doesn't show the rest of it, and it's separate. It shows where you put the hatch in that hole. For a moment, I thought that was a completely different part. It's early, and I'm from the 1900s. Give me a break. These two bits, they look identical, and I'm gonna say that they are, but they're differently numbered. Maybe I'll do my best to keep them separated. It's 14 goes on the far side. Quite sure what these are. But they seem important. One of them is on a different sprue. 'Cause why not? NF. I had that. Excuse me. Had that before. Are you NF? Yeah, you are. Actually, there is 2 of them. 3 of them on this NF sprue. Okay, so 3 of them. It looks like they just don't have this pair of doovers on top. That is either broken or I've already clipped that bit. Those are easily told apart, so not worried about mixing them up too badly. By MiniArt, you can buy in 72nd scale a Sturmgeschütz 3G February 1903 production, a Sturmgeschütz 3G March 1943 production, and a Sturmgeschütz 3G April 1943 production. So if you want to join the International Society of Sturmgeschütz machine, can't even say it, Sturmgeschütz maniacs, go for it. Maybe I won't. I can't even say it. They'll probably have me executed. I think, probably, we've got enough parts to begin gluing. Or not gluing, cleaning up the bits. Which is just as good as gluing, right? Right? No, it's not. It's got to be done, though. I guess it doesn't got to be done. I wouldn't be as satisfied if it weren't done, though. Get rid of these filthy nubbins. They're going straight to nubbin hell. Reckon mentioning the excuse me, all the variants, different monthly variants of the Sturmgeschütz made me remember that these are the T-34 had a similar thing. I wasn't quite sure of the differences between them. One of them was on special, so that's the one I chose. These are internal parts, so not really sure how much of a cleanup they actually need. They may be structurally important, though, so get rid of the big nubbins, because those are probably what's going to interfere with anything. No, don't cut into the part. Yeah. Missed some nubbins on more than one. Don't really know the differences between the three versions of the Stug. Quite sure they're very minor. All were made by the same factory. So it's not as with the Sherman, which was made by 2 million companies. It makes sense. I mean, for the Sherman, that they'd be different. There's probably some very minor rivet counter obvious difference between them. And that's probably why there are so many variants of the kit, because it's very easy to make when there's basically no difference. Such tense music. I think that's everything. All of these many parts. The video about the Jagdtiger. In the end, some were fitted with an 88mm gun instead of the 128 because there weren't enough of the ladder gun available. It makes sense when you're on the losing side of the war. I'd imagine that materials and stuff for making guns aren't the easiest to come by. Excuse me. That red bar in the way isn't great. Why would you do that, Herbert? You silly fool. Well, you see, it's because I'm a silly fool. This is quite possibly the most tricky step in the entire build. Putting a hatch in place. You having a laugh, Herbert? Yeah. You do have to realize that the little latch detail goes towards the rear. And that takes a lot of concentration. It's quite a bit of floor detail in here that I'm pretty sure isn't going to be seen. This isn't a full interior kit, is it? I don't think so. In April 1945, everything wasn't available in Germany. The only thing we had enough of in this month were stupid Nazis. Man, that's the thing you don't want enough of. Okay, let's see if I can get this into place without any major catastrophes. That's pretty good. It doesn't
Illinois
really...
Nazis. I hate Illinois
Nazis. What a great movie. Maybe a little more glue there. Just to let the glue god know we're here. Speaking of glue god, I refilled my bottle with not with SMS glue, but a different Australian company. I found extra thin cement refills. Enough to refill a 40 milliliter glass bottle 3 times. In case you can't do the basic math. The company is called Icky Sticky. And, like, that appealed to me. Buying that cost, I think, $10. Which is obviously not the same as cheap as buying acetone and butyl acetate and mixing it up yourself. And buying several liters of glue. That's not a bad deal. Okay, this is not the part you want here, Herbert. That one goes somewhere else. As best I can tell. Yeah, that's correct. Look at me not making mistakes. Ever. And then we put this one with the 2 little doodads here. I'm sure those are very important, whatever they are, and how they're in place. Man, if you set a plastic kit on fire by gluing bits of plastic together, I would share this video. Talking of catastrophe. Man, do I have to light things on fire to get views nowadays? Because I will. Maybe. Probably not.
I like your style. You make up your own rules, just like me.
Thank you for the raid, Deathlight Coast. How you doing? What were you doing? Additional glue is now in place. The instructions would appreciate if we were to put an internal hull wall in place. And who am I to say no to internal hull walls? You'd have to be some kind of sicko to say no to that. And I am some kind of sicko, but I'm going to say yes. I'm gonna say yes, like that internet image with a cartoon with a man with sickos written on his shirt saying yes, looking in a window. That's me saying yes to an internal wall part. Cool story, Herbert. That's the only bit in that step, it would seem. I'm hoping that it doesn't just flop around. It'll fit better once you remove the burrs off the bottom, I think. That is the wrong way around because you're holding the hull differently to what the instructions are showing. Sometimes, if you pay attention, you realize what's going on. Oh, hey, thank you for shouting out Deathlight Coast, Corvus. I keep forgetting to do that. It's because I'm a bad streamer. Slicey, slicey, slice. Nubbins don't stand a chance against a relatively fresh blade. That is true. We don't get many raids. We need more raids. Maybe we need an air raid siren and some anti-aircraft guns or something. I think that's ready for installation. Once again, you're doing it the wrong way around. Herbert, you buffoon. Does fit better without the nubbins on the bottom. Big surprise. Kind of looks like, even though it's got slots to glue into, it's mostly up to the builder to get this vertical at a 90-degree angle. Is that the sort of thing I can deal with? Man, I'm freaking out. Keep in mind this is a Soviet tank. Some nubbins add to the historical accuracy. Oh yeah. And big gaps. We should add some big gaps. Make sure you put it around the right way. If I had some, like, 1, 2, 3 blocks or something, that would be a lot easier to just put them down and make sure it's nice and straight. But that looks alright. That looks vertical. And that's probably good enough. It doesn't have to match up with other parts, probably. I'm gonna look ahead in the instructions, because I'm pretty sure they won't be identical, but pretty sure there'll be duplicates of that step. Look at that, they've got a different angle in the instructions than here. I like that. I do often get annoyed when they insist on adhering to one angle for all of their diagrams. I've whined about that extensively. I guess we will build one at a time though, just for the sake of not getting too confused. We start with part 2, CA2, not CA1, as numerical order would imply. Imply, Herbert, or implode? There's also smaller shock absorber doobers. How different are they to each other? Well, there's two little, very tiny little raised bits on that one. How much that matters, I don't know. I'm gonna get them mixed up. Are there differences on the bottom? None that I can observe. It's okay. That's okay. It's okay. Mr. MiniArt put some thoughts into the instructions. Thank you, Mr. MiniArt. Thank you, Mr. MiniArt. The instructions show where the different ones go anyway, so this isn't a problem. It's not a problem. May 4, did I get the MA sprue out? Don't think I did, because those have the springs on them. BA sprue, I know I got that out because I talked about BA Baracus. That's NF. Can't find the tab on this one so easily. That's EA. It's in the game, apparently. BA Baracus. Ah, Beauty the Fool. Number 8. And we want a number 6 in addition to that. This kit isn't cheap in general. I think Impulse by Herbert was tempted by the words X% off. Yeah, this is another one that was, I think, 60 or 70% off a while ago. And I thought, you know, I like T-34-85s. I do prefer doing less common models, but you know, sometimes you've got to go and build a classic. Just so we're clear, the fool has been pitied, correct? Correct, we have pitied the fool. Fools. Fools pitied. Tick. Now, instead of pitying more fools, we're gonna destroy some nubbins. We don't pity the nubbins. There we go. One nubbin massacre. Man, saying words like massacre probably make this video unmonetizable on YouTube. It's not like I've got the monetization turned on YouTube streams anyway. So I'll say what I want. No, I won't. This is a no fool stream. Idiots, dunderheads, and wackadoodles, welcome. No fools allowed around here, though. No fools. Well, maybe we can have one fool. I thought this was the No Homers Club. We can have one homer. I should try to, speaking of fools, I should try to 3D print the A-Team van again. I did try to do one in N-scale when I started with my 3D printing adventures, but the front bumper thingy didn't work. And I never tried again. That'd be a good thing to have on my railway. An A-Team van. I was actually planning on having a Deep Space Nine runabout. It turns out they're actually quite large, even in N scale. problem with that being, I would like to kind of not hide, but have all my goofs be not super obvious. So maybe I have to have I'll probably print a Starfleet shuttle rather than a runabout. So maybe that would be in like an open shed or something. I think... So I can only see 4 springs in this set of instructions, and there's 8 total. I think that's all of these sprues. Yep, just throw that. Are there any other parts I need? Not on this sprue. I don't think. Let's put them over there. Maybe they could go back in the box. Hey, Tanketta Gaming, how you doing? This music always reminds me of War Thunder for some reason. I haven't played for literally years. It still reminds me of it. Remember, parts you don't need go in the box. Waste parts go in the dustbin. At once. At once! It's imperative that you put the empty sprues in the waste bin. In the dustbin, rather. Not the waste bin. They're different. You reach 2 subs. Glorious. There is a bit of a mold line down this part. How visible is this even going to be? Probably not at all. Or a very small amount. I'm just going to remove the big nubbins. Good nubbin killing music. Maybe I need a dustbin emote. How do you make it convincingly a dustbin at however many tiny pixels? Though. I didn't remove all of the nubbin, Herbert. Very nice. I ordered a phone gimbal. Impulse ordered a phone gimbal last night because I wanted a new one, and it's been shipped. Huzzah! it's time for more gluing, I think. Also, a little bit of sitting up more straighter. That was a sentence in English. More gooderer, yes. Wait. You've missed some nubbins. Oh. Just the worst ever. They probably wouldn't affect anything there, but now they're gone. They won't be missed. Okay, this first one seems like it might be just a tiny bit more complicated than the other two, so we'll start with it. Looks like the hole goes toward the bottom. That would make sense. It actually takes a little bit more force than I thought it would to get all the way down onto the mounting pin. Not like a tremendous amount of force, but more than none. Oh, I nearly just dumped that glue over on top of all those parts. My freshly topped up glue. That would be typical. Okay. What's the difference between these parts? Subtle is the difference. Okay, I think that's the statement, I think. May the force be with glue. May it. Looking at where the side tab thingy is on these, I think I figured it out. Looks pretty decent. Have some more glue. Something bad's about to happen. Merchandising, merchandising, merchandising. May the shots be with you. Spaceballs, the flamethrower. I do have a Spaceballs the t-shirt. Shirt. I don't know where it is. This is... I was about to say, this is quite difficult to get the mounting holes, but I think I just dropped it into the mounting hole. I'm gonna go with it's in position. And if it's not, it's somewhere close enough. Dun, dun, dun. If I could find a Winnebago model kit, I wonder how difficult it would be to kit bash into Eagle 5. Maybe they should just make a kit for that. I'd buy it. I haven't watched that for a long time. Maybe I should correct that. Oh, righty. Not much good in having the suspension dubers if we don't have whole side parts to stick them onto. I noticed that they've got a very small little bit of detail molded into this part. Unfortunately, it's got a bit of flash on it, but it's pretty neat. Saves me gluing on a small bit. this part, is that correct? BA10 and BA13. Well, I'll take your word for it, instructions. You'd best not be leading me astray. Excuse me. I do believe we're being pointed out to a drilling instruction, which I would never ever miss. I don't miss drilling instructions ever. You can tell that wasn't a joke because there was no rim shot sound effects. Now, I should probably do that before gluing any of the bits on, but I'll do it after I clean the part up. Easy does it. Easy does it. It's a bit rough. Can I remove the mold line without destroying this part? I don't think I can. Give it a go. that might be as good as that's gonna get. The trouble with pre-attached tiny bits with little tiny bits attaching them is they're not super strong, believe it or not. We've still got to get rid of the nubbins on the other bit. And not forget the drilling instruction. Haha! Look at me remembering something. These sprue gates should certainly have been cut at an angle. In fairness, I did cut them while looking from the other side. I didn't realize this was quite as beveled as it is. Herbert don't need cheap viewers. Corvus and me cheap enough. That's true. And so the viewers that bot was trying to sell would be crap viewers. We don't need any of those. I keep saying it, but I'm gonna have to reinstate the anti-link thing. Because if that was running, none of us would have to click any ban buttons. Looks relatively neat and tidy. Good enough for government work. So what you're saying is it's shit, Herbert. No. That's not what I'm saying. I have my drill here. May the drill gods smile upon our openings. Does everything have to be a god, Herbert? No. It's just funny because it's as ridiculous as any god people take seriously. Hey, don't knock government work. I do government work. On second thought, you're right. Government work sucks. I know, I've done government work before. It was a pretty good job. Not the work we were doing, it wasn't that good, but it was pretty decent to be employed by the government. Okay, let's make a very nice little clip where we drill a hole. 2 holes, actually. Have it in focus. And everyone's all like, oh, look at that. He's drilling a hole. The idiot hasn't forgotten. He actually saw it in the instructions and acted upon it. Now, what is that hole for? Those holes. Doesn't say that. We don't put anything in them yet, so it's probably for future Herbert to worry about. He doesn't seem all that concerned, future Herbert. And he probably shouldn't be. Okay. It goes... around away. Okay, that goes like that. And that goes like that. And then they just smash together. Or have I got it around the wrong way? It's a distinct possibility that it is around the wrong way. It feels like it's around the wrong way. I think I get it. The instructions are showing me something different. Because I'm not reading them correctly. Or am I? I'm so easily confused. Those tabs look like they're meant to go all the way through, but they don't. Unless you put it on backwards. It would make life a lot easier if they did go all the way through, but they don't. They do line up. Doesn't seem like the tab even goes into the slot. Don't force it. You'll break it. I don't know if cutting the slot is the correct solution. But it seems to be the correct solution. It is may the force be with you, not may the break be with you, right? That is right. Or alternately, it is may the forks be with you if you're eating or fighting in a restaurant. Okay, let's try those. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's still a little fiddlier than I'd really like, but it works. Ha 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 ha. He took away my brain and the top of my head. Praise the glue god. You fool. You put your finger in the glue. That's some nice weld detail along the bottom there. I can see actually how one might imagine that the weld detail along the bottom of this part is flash. But it isn't. It isn't flash. It's weld. That's not a perfect 90-degree angle, but good enough for Soviet work. So, comrade, what is 90-degree angle? does have just enough tension in it to want to pull itself up off the hull side part. So I'm just going to hold it for a little bit to let it know that I care. Or maybe it's a Soviet thing to have weld beads come apart. It's probably not even going to be visible once it's together. Okay, that's good. And we do glue the suspension doobly-doos on there, but also there's a... is that a final drive casing? Or is that the other end? Excuse me. EA. It's in the sports. So, which is worse? Government work, Soviet work, or Soviet government work? Probably Soviet government work. But Trekhan is right. Work in general. We want number 14, not number 13. I believe this is a mold line that needs removing. What jolly music. Came away from the hull again, more than I wanted it to. That's a bit obnoxious. And now... this goes on the inside here. Or is it the outside? No, I'm pretty sure it's the inside. Like that. Henceforth, all toilets in the kingdom shall be known as John's. What's that from? Is that from That's not Robin Hood Men in Tights. It's something. No, it is Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's a great movie. What you doing, blinking? I'm guessing. Now, for my next trick, I move the glue out of the way so I don't knock it over. Well, I can't actually see it. And I put these in. Hold them up the same way so they don't look super different. Let's do the other one upside down. Ooh. You wild, reckless man, Herbert. Not sure where the glue goes on this one. How about everywhere? Maybe I will get a B-roll of that. I do want to add more "this is what it looks like" shots in my videos. That's all of the spring you can see when it's together. I'm glad I didn't remove the mold lines from those. Well, that's not an instruction. And the next instruction is basically repeat yourself. I don't think I will. I'm only going to build one whole side. How's that for Soviet gaps? I think that's enough for today. I wanted to stream a bit longer today, but technical issues caused me to start late, and that was annoying. I have to go out in a little bit. Don't want to, but I will. Ooh. Loading Ready Run are doing their subathon thing. I'm not sure what they're doing at the minute, but I'm a fan of Loading Ready Run. So I'm going to raid them. Not going to press the add button this time. And I'll be back tomorrow night for Burger Panther Times, aka the kit that doesn't end. I have to move sprues off of my keyboard to type into the search bar. Click these buttons. New video on YouTube if anybody hasn't noticed yet about the model railway building. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I'll be back tomorrow night. I hope you have a fantastic day or night or afternoon or morning or whatever it is. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Toodaloo!